Today I'm celebrating Ference, a music act, a poet that I have so much admiration for. From the first time that I saw him, where he absolutely captivated me for hours, I've been utterly and deeply inspired by this poet who I consider to be a living phenomenon, perhaps the last poet that has the depth and the motivation to almost carry out the work of a shaman, someone who reflects our lives back to us, a mirror for culture, still his own living being, still his own suffering man, this individual who has to trudge his way through life just like us, but yet someone who with the capacity to offer a reflection back to us as individuals in this culture that we inhabit. And Ference, I saw him that first night. He just completely blew my mind. He was, the whole place was in hysterics. It was funny. He created his own stage, came on at the end of a night at a festival. A band had finished. He made a space, started performing, and just held people for hours. Literally, it was about 3 hours, piece after piece, just so engaging. People did trail away slowly, but there was a good number there till the end, and he finished exhausted, spent. He'd given everything. Years later, I bump into him and I'm like, oh my goodness, this man! I celebrated with him and honoured him, and he then told me that there'd been a recording of that very night. The only recording that he had of a proper performance of his was from that night, and it had never been published. He asked me, discovering that I was into sound and that I appreciated his work, to let me produce it for him and create his first CD. So this is going back quite a while. This is when people were busking and everyone had a CD, and he still didn't have one. Anyway, I helped him get that first one out. It's an amazing thing called Near Life Experiences 11. Brilliant album. Then later helped him produce another album, Inessential Purchases, an incredible piece, so deep, so profound. This one was like more studio based. And so I've had like a very long and personal relationship with this guy. He's become a friend, but we've also driven each other absolutely insane, because I think we're both a bit special, really. And despite all of that, we still have great love for each other. We've done some beautiful things together. And even in my most difficult moments, he has always shown such beauty and humility and humanity. Like, we've both been kind of suffering despite ourselves and triggered each other despite our best intents and despite all of that. And even though there's a bit of a standoff phase going on at the moment, there's still so much love I have for him. He's a real beauty. If you don't know his work, please go and discover his work. Ference. He's he what do they call it? The poet laureate. He should be and should have been the British poet laureate for the last 20 years. He makes other poets look like very I don't know, it's unfair to start casting aspersions at people, but he sees the world because of the life that he's lived, which he has suffered in his life from childhood. I could do a whole documentary about the things that he's been through in his life. It beggars belief, the things that have happened to him. And he has chosen the light. He has moved towards the good repeatedly, even in the face of enormous challenges, and that is condensed into his work. Well, I could just go on about him forever. So today I am celebrating Ference.